If you're like me and you really suck at gardening, I may have a solution to make the process a little bit easier, or technically a lot more complicated, but definitely more fun. Today we're going to try to combine robotics with agriculture and make an IoT system that lets us monitor how our plants are doing and hopefully make us better at gardening. Let's try this out. So to get started, we first have one of the actual agriculture kits that you can buy as an all-in-one setup, which comes with one of a bunch of different types of sensors, and it has a few separate projects that you can try in it that of course you can also attempt to combine. However, the microbit can only take in so many sensors at one time. So if you want to do, for example, a whole row of vegetables, or if you want to do a variety of different types of sensors, then you need to scale, which is where this comes in. I have ordered a few extra bits and bobs. So we have 3 microbits, each with their own adapter that then allows you to put different pins with different sensors in. And then of course a variety of such sensors. We got battery holders, so hopefully we can set this whole thing up without having to be connected to the laptop, so we can just live here in the garden. And yeah, we can combine all of these together and basically have a whole monitoring system for our soil. So we have started out with a few little seedlings that I planted inside the house. We put them up in these little bio container, and I've had them grow inside for a few weeks as the weather was getting better. I did try to keep all of them alive, however, some already did not make it past this phase, which furthermore highlights the need for me to have a better system. I don't know if it's because I kept forgetting to water them or overwatered them, so we need a bit of data to make this a bit more of a scientific process. And now that the weather is lovely, we took last weekend to plant them out in the garden. We first set up one of these overground soil containers with the different squares allotted to different plants so we can grow them here. It's just like a no-dig garden. And I also have this little stair that I got from the Aldi, which is a very cheap version of my greenhouse. So the plan is as follows. We're going to use a lot of these soil moisture sensors and plug them into very close to the different plants we want to monitor. We're going to do something for the wind in the yard overall. And we're going to set it all up so all the different microbit systems have like 3 to 4 sensors each that they're collecting, but then they're all sending the data to the same place, and we can make a dashboard and we can supervise everything from one central location. So without further ado, let's try to set up this garden. So we have the different moisture sensors plugged in, and the microbit can collect all the information. You can connect it to your laptop if you want to run the different programs, and they're all just code blocks that you can drag and move around, and they run on the microbit. Eventually, after the program have been set properly, I can replace this cable with a battery, so I don't have to have my laptop with me all the time, and we can leave the various microbits around the garden as they collect the different sensors. All right, so now we've set up the logging. So instead of displaying it on the little OLED screen, all the sensor data is being collected and stored directly on the microbit. So we just changed the code from the string to the log data. This comes out of the box with it. So then the data just gets logged onto the microbit, and then when you connect it to the USB, the next time over, you can access it. Right. So basically, we've set up all the monitoring that I wanted to do. We got it to log every 5 seconds and store the data onto the microbits directly. And as you can see, they've each got their little battery packs as well, so they can just hang out here independently. I don't know if that's a bad idea because they might overheat in the sun or it might eventually rain, so we'll have to figure out a better way to encase them. But for now, I just want to check that it works. So I brought back my computer, and then when we plug it into the microbit boards, we should be able to see all the data that's been logged since they've been here by themselves. Right, so what happens when you turn it on is you have this My Data file that shows up, and when we open it online, there we go. We can see all the data that's over there. It either does a visual preview. We have data charts. Look. This is what's happening in the soil. Right, so this one is the Brussels sprouts 1, 2, and the beet, which are these 3. So we can see that the water moisture level is like, yeah, pretty consistent every 5 seconds. And it's about 60 to 70 range. Now we can take a look at the other sensor. This one, we open this data file. This is the broccoli, leek, and tomato. And they're also sitting around 70, low 70s. We can also do a visual preview of this. Oh, that's really interesting. It has like a little bit of variability, but it stays pretty consistent. This is so cool. Oh my God. Oh. The next test will be to actually water some of these plants and then see directly how the humidity of the soil increases. And I will try my best not to put water on top of the batteries or the microbit. See? Now we can get some live feedback, I guess, if we've watered them uniformly or not. We have a hit of 80. I want to see the data graph. Yeah, so our moisture sitting used to be around 60-ish, and then it got up to the high 70s, and the one that I plugged in right into the wet soil was 80. So there you have it. That is so fun. Using sensors and IoT and a little bit of coding, we can monitor how our garden is doing, see how the water is affecting the plants. And as we track more and more data, we can make this project more complex. We can implement the automatic watering system once we figure out what the soil humidity should actually be. And we can also combine it perhaps with a visual model where we take pictures of the plants and see how the growing actually goes. Regardless of all the science and stuff, this is just such a fun project for a day in the sun, sitting here and putting it together. So yeah, I hope this inspires you to go out there and combine engineering and robotics with nature, because there's nothing more fun than that. Hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments if you want to see part 2 so we can continue automating the garden, or if we should go back to the normal robotics content on the channel. See you in the next one.